Everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel Excel VB Expert. My name is Akash. In today's video, I have brought on one Python question. The question is consolidate the multiple workbook of a data in a single workbook using Python. So, like in this question, what exactly we have to do? We have a zone-wise multiple workbook. Let me show you the data as well. I have zone-wise multiple workbook. You can see in each workbook we have multiple worksheet, right? But where the headers of the data are not in the sequence. What does it mean? It is basically trying to saying the headers we have, in the file of north. Okay, we have two sheets, A and B. Okay, in A you can see location is coming in the G column, but here in sheet B you can see location is coming in F column. So it means the headers are not in the sequence. We have to also get this fix, in Python, while consolidating the data. All right, after consolidating the data, we have to export that particular master data which we have consolidated, right, into the separate workbook and save it in any folder so that we can analyze, we can prepare the report as per the requirement. All right, but after that we also have one more condition. I also, because whatever the data we would be having after the consolidation, right, so that data also should be bifurcated by workbook name. Our workbook is defined by the zone. So in the column, in we have to also create one more column where we have to give the workbook name, so that we can let me tell you practically what I mean to say. Okay, in I'm just opening the east workbook. Here I have this data. I copy and created one blank Excel and pasting it, right? And after that I have to create one more column, right? Workbook name, and it is my east one, right? So I will write here east, right? And if I will be pasting let me open north one. In north I copy the data, right, and paste it and remove the headers. It is my north, so I will write here north. So in such a way I want my master data should be consolidated, okay, so that I can analyze my data zone wise as well, right? I removed and I close it. So in order to perform this task we will be needing three libraries. Okay, so the library is import pandas. It helps us to working with the Excel workbook, and the second, import globe. Basically globe help us when we have a multiple workbook, right? When we have to work on the multiple workbook on the multiple workbook on multiple folders, in order to basically the file directly, it helps us a lot. And import OS, in the last I told you, I mean earlier I told you, we have to also bifurcate our data zone wise, I mean by workbook name. So extracting out the file name from the particular path or from any path, it helps us to extracting the workbook name, I mean file name, right? So we will be using it as well. So let's quickly move to the Python editor so that we can start. I'm importing the library, import pandas spd, import globe, import OS, right? I imported all these three library, and I will be capturing my path here. Okay, globe. So I use the globe. Basically it means that we just need to give the path. Let me give you path. I just copy and paste it here, and I will be, let me also zoom it out a bit so that I am just you know all right. So here I will be using asterisk we use, I mean we already know, we would be aware. So if you're not aware, let me tell you, asterisk we use where we are not sure how many files can be in that particular folder. So I don't know how many files can be there. Right now I have 3. In the future it can also be 4, it can also be 1, right? So I don't know, so I will be using asterisk, and all the workbook we have .xlx, right? Okay, after that I would be declaring my data, master data, like master data, master data variable, and it would be my pd dot data frame, because I will be capturing my master data in master, I mean I will be capturing my consolidated data in the master data. All right, so this is the name which I have given of my data frame. And after that text I used it is complete, it is a list, okay, which help us to to in order to capturing the each worksheet data. So I will be running here one loop to access the each path of workbook. For x in path, let's print what x is giving us. I just copy and I'm running it here. In console window you can see there are three paths we have got, east, north and west, and we know in this path we have three only. It in future if it increase, it increase till 7 and it increase till 10, so whatever the file we would have there, all those file would get captured, right? So let us start to write our main code. Alright, so I would be accessing here my each workbook. I will be capturing my path in df. Alright, so pd.excel file, right, and x, and after that I have to also work in each worksheet. I have to also work in each worksheet of each workbook. For s in df.sheet name, right, here I will be capturing my data, okay, of each worksheet in text. So I would be writing here df.parse s. All right, and after that, after capturing the data of each worksheet, I want to consolidate and export that data into the master data, okay, which we have already declared as our data frame. All right, and I would be writing here master data. All right, and pd dot concatenate, I will be concatenating the data. And after, apart from that, we also have some other some other way to consolidating the data, but I think it is a very easiest way to do so. All right, so in this square bracket I will be giving my text dot master data. All right, and I told you, in python what happened, we do not need to adjust the header. Whatever the header we have, if the headers name are same and the position are different, I mean the if the headers are not in the sequence but headers name are the same, so it means the python automatically will adjust the header, okay, by itself. We do not need to do any kind of extra work, right? So people get confused, so people are not aware it can also be happen in the python. So yes, it can be. All right, so next we have to create one more column, I told you earlier, okay, so that we can analyze our data as zone wise as well, right? So I will be creating one more column here in the master data by the name of workbook name, right? Workbook name, here I would be writing os dot path dot base. Okay, it is asking the path, so my path would be x, right? And after that, what I want to export my data. All right, where I want to export my data, I will be telling you. Okay, and master data I want to be export. Let me run this code first. It is working or not. I run this entire code. Yes, we have the data frame, by the name of master data. Let me check it. And in this view we are getting our data, but the indexing is also coming. But we want when we will be exporting this data into the particular workbook. So in that case what happens, the index name should not be there, right? So what I will be doing is master data to excel by the name of master data dot xlx, and sheet name I want data, but I do not want index. I will be writing as false. Let's export it. It is saying something is went wrong. Let me check what is saying. Let me again write it. Dot to Excel, right? Master data dot xlx, and that's false, and export it. Where data actually got saved, we don't know, but data actually got saved. How we will be identifying it? So here you can see on the top the C in my C drive user and computers. Data actually got saved there. So I want to specify, and I want this master data should get saved in the particular folder. So I want this data should be saved in this folder, right? Now I will export it again. So here you can see our master data actually gone. If I will be clicking on it, you will be able to see my data. All right. So if I will work, okay guys, so in such a way we can do so. Thank you so much, and next video definitely I will be bringing out some new topics. All right. Thank you.